Hello, everyone, and welcome to our podcast, On the Radar. The podcast will cover anything happening in the arts and entertainment world, whether it be in the higher celebrity level or even some on-campus events. This podcast is an extension of the Highlander Newsroom and newspaper, in which we will talk more in depth about the radar world. I'm Kimberly Bejec, the assistant radar editor, here with Brenda and Bo, our radar editor. Today joining us is Brenda Jovel, our editor-in-chief, and Mada E. Goldman, our news editor. I've spaced it out so I can say it.
And she broke it down.
So anyways, to start off, I wanted to ask a little icebreaker. If you guys could be in any movie, what movie would it be?
Ooh. I don't want to be in any where it's like an apocalypse. I don't want to die in the movie.
That's fair.
So, I don't know. I don't want to be in Barbie. TBH. The makeup?
Do you want to be in Barbie Land or like?
I would want to be in Barbie Land.
In Barbie Land?
Yeah.
What
the makeup and like the hair.
What kind of Barbie would you be?
What kind of Barbie?
Editor-in-chief Barbie.
You could be editor-in-chief, yeah.
Yeah. Journalist Barbie.
Yeah. I want to be like the one from like The Devil Wears Prada. That who Meryl Streep was in that movie.
Oh.
Yeah. She gives the energy I want in the future.
Oh, kind of like dominant, kind of like. Was that weird word to say? That was weird, huh? No.
It's an
diva,
interesting word.
Diva,
yes.
Yeah.
Girl
like
boss.
Bad.
Like,
baddie.
I don't know
Yeah,
about
baddie.
MILF.
Baddie.
I don't know about MILF, but
Baddie.
a baddie.
I don't think she is a MILF.
Anyway, Mata.
See, my toxic trait is I think I can get into a movie like The Hunger Games and survive out of pure stupidity. So I think that would be kind of silly.
Out of pure stupidity?
Yes.
What is your
Like, what would
game
you do?
plan?
Yeah.
My inability to formulate any actual plan and just being unpredictable means that everyone thinks that they can form an alliance with me, but then I accidentally pick up a stick and stab them through the throat, you know? It's like, oh, here's the... Oops.
What if they kill you first?
El Bozo.
Oh.
Speechless.
Anyways, what about
So,
you?
no. Yeah. Mada's answer is so opposite from Brenda's answer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because
That's
she
true.
wants to be in
Yeah.
the apocalypse.
But you want the challenge.
I think I could take up the challenge.
Oh.
I
I
think you
just
could
want to live,
Yeah.
laugh, love. Because I'm not living, laughing, loving in these conditions right now.
Unless you realize, like, your existence and stuff.
Exactly, yeah.
Like what Margot Robbie went through.
Yeah. How the Barbies talk too is really fun. I would want
Yeah.
to talk like one of those
Like,
Barbies.
hi, Barbie.
Would you
Yeah.
be Ken or Alan?
I'd definitely be Alan.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah, I don't think I'm a Ken type of person.
Alan was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah. For me, Percy Jackson. Because I want to see, like, oh, who's my
wanna be a
dad or
demigod?
mom? Yes, dude.
But, like, you have to, like, deal with everyone, like, trying to fight and kill you.
But, like, I get powers.
Like, which ones? What god do you want to be the child of?
I don't know. I think the coolest one is probably... I mean, like, one of the three bigs is like, oh, you're so special. You know, you get, like,
Yeah.
all these cool powers. Or, like, you know how the main characters in the books are usually, like, the son of Poseidon, the son of... Spoilers. The son of Poseidon or the son of Zeus.
It's the icebreaker, dude.
Yeah. But yeah, I would definitely want like super cool combat powers, like pew, lightning type of thing for sure.
I mean, I feel like... Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I've heard that, you know, you could get attacked and a lot, especially as a big 3 kid.
That's true.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Yeah, I hope you survive. Anyways, for me, it would be Mamma Mia. I always say Mamma Mia a lot on the
Mamma Mia's a
podcast,
good
but
one.
it's because I want to live on an island
Period.
and, like, just be able to, like, swim anytime.
It seems like the good life.
It is, yeah. Anyways, moving on. Queer Alliance and Drag Club of UCR hosted their annual Dragalicious Drag Ball. In this special event, they shined a spotlight on dazzling student drag performances, great songs, dance routines, spoken word, fashion, comedy, and more. So, Brenda and Mata were able to attend this lovely event. I wanted to ask, how was it?
Mona, you can go first.
I mean, I've always wanted to go to UCR's drag ball. I didn't get the opportunity to do it last year, but going in this year, I was amazed. It was a beautiful experience. I was able to go behind the scenes at one point and see like the fitting room where everyone was getting ready, and it was such like a nice community, and everyone was so excited for what was going to happen that night, you know?
Yeah, last year I got to cover the Haunted Drag Show, which is where yesterday you interviewed one of the performers, Jackie, who I actually got to interview last year for that show. So very cool in terms of like the parallels and stuff. But yeah, I think this event was just, especially with the amount of people who like showed up, because a lot of people were like slowly trickling in as the event was starting to begin. But just the energy, and like there was just like a sense of community within like that whole event, and it just felt like very like special and like warm to be a part of that. And just being able to see, because I mean with drag, these performers, these artists, they get to like showcase all of the confidence that they have, and it's like Zam, like y'all got confidence to go up there, and to basically just be themselves. And I think especially with the makeup too, I was sitting up pretty close, and their makeup was so good as well. And I think that's also another like great aspect about drag too, that they get to use like makeup as creatively as possible. But it was just really cool to be able to attend this year again, and I think it got really big. It got much bigger, and it was just really fun overall.
So you guys were able to see the behind the scenes stuff?
Mainly Mata, because she got to interview the people on the board, and I think you got to interview the founder, correct?
Yeah, I got to talk to Shakina Nafak about like the purpose of the drag ball, and I actually got to learn more about how Riverside was 20 years ago and the queer culture back then. And it was really interesting to see how things have changed over time, and how, in her words, she put it as like drag is about subverting expectations in society. It's all about making people question things that are going on around them. It's very much a political thing, being able to bring together people from different minority groups across campus and have them like consolidate and show off like, hey, we're here, we're queer, and it's going to be big, we're going to make an impact. And she was talking about how wonderful it was to see that she only ran it for 2 years, right? But despite that, it's been continuing on, and now they just celebrated their 20th anniversary. And she said it was like a great thing to be able to come back and host the entire thing.
Yeah, I feel that's really cool, because you said like they've been growing since then, right?
Yeah, I think it's just become more popular in a sense that, you know, people are being able to like be a part of this community, and anyone, regardless of like your sexuality or gender expression, can be a part of it. And I mean, that's like the really great part of it all, that anyone, regardless of who you are, you can somehow be a part of this process.
Yeah.
Can I ask, for, because you attended both of the drag shows from last year and this year, like what are the parallels that you saw between the two events?
Well, with this one, they did have outside performers too. With the Haunted Drag Show last year, it was drag club and like their students on UCR. So students themselves got to like do drag on stage, and bring in like other people in the audience too. They did like a whole Halloween competition too on stage. It was like a whole like thing for last year, and I think this year it was very much including UCR students as well, but also bringing in just outside performances. They had Mayhem Miller, who was on RuPaul. I think it was on UK version, and then I know on All Stars as well for
what
RuPaul.
The heck?
Yeah, so that was really cool.
That's crazy.
that was really cool when we heard their name being announced. But it was very much the way that I'm characterizing it, because it was bigger, is because they brought in like outside performances, and also an alumni too. They brought 2 alumni, so Shakina, and I forget the other alumni's name. I don't know if you remember them.
I don't remember,
but it's in my notes somewhere. It will be in the article.
It will be in the article.
It will be in the article. Yeah. But they brought in another alumni too, who had helped with founding this event as well. So yeah, I think this one definitely just showcased more of like how like big drag can be on UCR campus, and how like, because we even got to interview someone who wasn't even a student here on campus. Like they were a student at another university.
Oh, and they just came to like watch?
Because they had
Cool.
friends here on campus.
Oh.
So
sick.
it extends even outside of UCR. Like it's not only capturing like Riverside, you know, students or community members, but also people from like different cities and different colleges.
Dang. That's impressive. So what for like you guys, what was like the highlight of the event?
Ooh, so many highlights. I think one of the most emotional parts of it was when the president of Drag Club, right? Or Queer Alliance?
Drag Club.
Drag Club, yeah. The president of Drag Club, their name is Melodrama. And they came up. I don't know if you guys have heard that song from The Greatest Showman, which is
one?
There's a lot.
it's called Never Enough.
Oh,
Never,
yeah.
yeah, Never
yeah.
Enough.
Very,
Love that song.
very,
Beautiful.
very hard song.
But they came out in this like all white dress and with a long veil, so it was very beautiful to look at in terms of like the design of what their wardrobe was. And when they went on stage, the song started coming on, and before the Melodrama came on stage, Shakina had said, oh, this is going to be like a very, how did she describe it?
Kind of interactive.
Yeah,
with the
very
audience.
interactive, like artistic project basically. So when Melodrama got kind of near the audience, people were given markers and they were allowed to write on their dress.
Oh.
And from there, a lot of people like wrote just like either their names or just kind of expressions like love yourself. And I think especially with a song like Never Enough, it's a very like emotional song already. And Melodrama did an excellent performance for that one. But it was really cool to see how a bunch of people from the audience just went up to sign the dress. Someone said slay on there.
Was it you?
No.
Oh, I thought
you were trying to like, it was me. No. But it was a very like visceral, I don't know if I'm using visceral in the right way, but it was just very like emotional and just capturing. And yeah, it just showed you like how big the community is and how much like support and love there is within like people say you don't even know, like you know, a lot of audience members, I'm sure they didn't know each other, but as a collective together they all just became like one big community that just embraced each other. Yeah.
Yep. Nice.
I mean, that moment really stole the show, but there were a bunch of like smaller expressions throughout that I really enjoyed. I mean, within the queer community, there's always, everyone has a different way of expressing themselves, and everyone displays in a different way. I think the beautiful part about drag is how people can take in their own interests and like amplify it through the performance. The two that really stood out to me was when one of the drag queens came out with an umbrella, and it was filled with petals.
Yes.
And when they opened it up, all the petals flew out, and then they were just like illuminated by the light, and it was like stunning. And then there was another performer that was dressed up like the biblical figure Eve from the Bible. And they had a snake.
That was iconic.
It was iconic. It was beautiful.
Wait,
I don't
They
remember what
performed
song it
Britney's
was.
song.
Anaconda by Nicki Minaj.
Oh.
It was beautiful, and I was
funny.
like,
that performer was my favorite of the night.
I saw that. I was like looking at drag clubs like Instagram stories, and I saw that and I was like, damn, that looks fun.
I believe the performer's name was
Yeah.
Oh Dang Lee, I
Dang
think.
Lee?
I don't remember.
Question mark. Again, it will be in the article.
Oh, yeah.
Damn, that's fun. I think because yeah, I was looking at the Instagram stories and I just saw like there's people in the crowd with like light sticks and like kind of waving it around.
Yeah.
And like that looked fun because like I think it kind of leads into my next question about like the energy when it comes to like drag balls or the drag ball, or like I don't know if you ever been to like a drag performance or like something like that before, but like they are very highly interactive and like kind of like getting in the vibes. And I was just like kind of curious to how you talked a little bit about it, about like the crowd's energy and all that.
Yeah, I think they have like this thing where they had like a table where you could like give change to basically get like tips.
Yeah.
For the performers.
Oh, they
so
did that too.
So while and they did this last year also in the haunted drag show as well, but basically students, audience members can give out tips to the performers while they're performing. So there was someone in front of me who just kept doing that, like just kept throwing the dollar bills onto the stage.
Were they real?
Were they what?
Like real dollar bills?
They're real dollar bills,
okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So I think it's like tipping culture, like in drag. I'm not like entirely familiar with like, the culture behind it or the process with it. But from what I've seen, that's usually like just to show like, oh, this performer's really slay. Like, I'm gonna give them some money.
Some support.
Some support. It definitely also like a lot of the performers like will go off the stage and like go around with the audience, like take the bills from their hands. So it does make it very interactive in that sense, and it just makes it really like exciting too, because it's like, oh my gosh, this performer noticed me. I know, like the people in front of me, whenever they got like their money taken from. When the performer like took the money, they would start like screaming so loud and just like it was just very exhilarating and stuff. But it was very fun. And yeah, the energy, especially during the Anaconda performance, that one everyone was like shaking their booties. But yeah.
Love that.
I mean, Brenda pretty much summed it up, but it's beautiful to see everyone just like getting together, supporting the people on stage, getting excited when the performers approach them. It's that connection between the audience and the performers that really kind of makes the show for me, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, there was also one. Jackie was the one who did this performance. Where it was High School Musical, like the final song that they do for graduation.
Yeah.
So they basically invited all like seniors who are graduating this year. I was too shy to go up. I missed my opportunity. But they invited like all the seniors who are graduating this year, and they just said like, oh, this is like your time. You guys are almost like at the end. Like, let's celebrate that basically. So Jackie, I believe the inspiration was Sharpay's like outfit in the High School Musical films. But they were dressed like in the robe, a graduation robe, and they just brought up everyone on stage with them who were seniors, and they were just like dancing all around. It was really fun, yeah.
Oh, that's fun.
Same time, they had like pictures playing in the background.
Oh yeah, they had a slideshow of like behind the scenes of like drag club, and just like what their performances look like. So it was very like, I don't know how to say it in terms of describing it in one word, but it was just really cool to see how they brought in like this element too, with like, seniors who are graduating, just celebrating this moment for them as well.
Yeah, it sounded like they put like a lot of time and effort and like energy into this, which from the sounds of it and how it like came out, like it sounded like really fun, which is good. Did you have any other questions?
No, I mean, that sounds crazy that like the drag show focused so much on like interacting with the crowd, because like, dude, that sounds like really insane how they were able to just keep you guys like in the show, or as part of the show too. I think that's just my comment on it. That's wild, dude.
I think that's just something they want to emphasize, that again, regardless of who you are, you can be a part of this community. You can take a play in this, no matter how small or how big that is. So being in that event itself, it very much feels like you have a lot of support around you. So I mean, for next year, because I believe they are going to continue doing this like annually every year. For those who are graduating, or I mean, alumni, I'm pretty sure, I can't speak for drag club in terms of like who's allowed to enter or not. But if alumni is allowed to go in, I'll go in again. I'll go with Mata. but yeah, I think it's a very special event, and I'm excited to see what they do with it in the future.
Wow. Anyways, so moving on. Beyoncé recently released her newest album, COWBOY CARTER. It features country and western influence. While Beyoncé has typically been known to sing in R&B and soul type genres, she ventures into country. In an Instagram post, she mentions, "This ain't a country album, this is a Beyoncé album." In the album, Beyoncé defies the meaning of genres and the restricting boundaries they can place on artists. So I want to ask you guys, who is your favorite artist and your favorite genre?
This is okay. So I have many, but my number one will always be Melanie Martinez. My one right now, though, is Doja Cat.
Okay.
Whoa.
Currently, it's Doja Cat. I know people don't like her. There are reasons not to like her. I think, though, she's a really great performer, and she has really good songs. Like, I know she got in a lot of controversy for her latest album, especially with her songs like Paint the Town Red and Demons. And everyone is like, oh my gosh, she's a Satanist. Y'all chill. I believe what you want. She has really good music. She's currently my number one. Yeah. I'm gonna see her at Coachella.
Yeah, and I was gonna say she could be on Coachella. Yeah. But what's your favorite genre then? Would you say?
Genre? Oh, I never. Reggaeton never fails for me.
Oh, you said that so nicely.
Yeah.
Oh. I can roll my eyes.
No, yeah, I got some chills from that. That was crazy.
Like ASMR, like ooh.
Yeah, that genre never fails me. That's usually the one that I'll be playing like when I'm driving, or if I genuinely just like am not in the mood for anything else. That's like what I'll go to usually.
Mona?
Oh. See, I could name artists. I certainly could.
Okay.
But would anyone recognize that? They would. I like listening to Eden. I like Spencer Hood. I like Mother, you know?
Yeah.
Just people.
So what kind of genres is that?
That's a great question.
Is it like just a variety of different genres then?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Love that. But do you have like a main genre you're into, or it's just like you like to venture to multiple ones?
I mean, my go-tos are always going to be musicals that I'm comfortable with because it's just chill. It makes me remember like good times that I had while watching movies, and they're very emotional, but they're also very easy to understand without having to pull up a transcript for what the song is actually about, you know? Because they enunciate everything so beautifully.
They do actually.
It is true.
Yeah.
Is one of them Dear Evan Hansen?
No, but one of them is Mamma Mia.
Period.
What are like your top musicals? Like what? Like top 3 maybe.
I like In the Heights.
That's a
I
good one.
watched Rent. Absolutely traumatizing, but I did enjoy it.
Rent
Rent
is
is
crazy.
It's
And-
traumatizing to you?
Yes, and I enjoy Mamma Mia.
Have you watched? Sorry, look really quickly. Have you watched what's that movie called with like the lips and then like it's science fiction and like transvestite? Do you know what's the one?
What?
Okay, never mind. Which one is
a
your?
musical?
It's a musical. I'm gonna look for it.
Okay.
Say your thing. And
Okay, I'll say my thing while you look for it. I actually, dude, that's always a hard question because I don't stick to like anything. I get like obsessed with like one thing. It'll be like if I watch La La Land, I will like listen to La La Land music for that like whole season. Like last summer was like all La La Land because I really liked that musical or that movie. But I've been getting back into like low-key like video game music, which is kind of like niche. It's kind of like weird. I don't know if anyone would like ever relate to that, but like I've been watching like a bunch of video essays by this guy that does like fighting game stuff. So he's been using like a lot of fighting game music. So it's very like techno, a lot of rock, a lot of like just crazy upbeat energy that keeps you like wanting to play like this action game against this other person. So that's like what I've been into so far.
So, well, who's your favorite artist?
Just like
Just
anyone that composes those fighting game musics right
I
now.
thought you had like an actual like Noah Khan. Don't you like Noah Khan?
Noah Khan, I don't like Noah Khan.
Oh,
My
sorry,
roommate
my bad.
Loki
Oh,
likes
okay,
Noah Khan.
that's
Yeah,
why,
yeah.
okay. So, but like, so your favorite genre is video game music?
Maybe.
All right.
Yeah.
Like-
but like
Like Pac-Man?
I just turn up some Pac-Man sometimes.
What's video game music?
Yeah.
Like Street Fighter, there's some like anime fighting games I'm really into.
Okay.
Smash.
Is it like hardcore
Yeah.
music?
It's like
Like
a lot of like EDM, a lot of like not
EDM.
EDM, like rock, like a lot of electric guitar, a lot of like techno beats with
Is there
it.
lyrics in there?
Some games will have it, some games don't. There's actually a game called Guilty Gear where the maker of that game actually makes the songs too. Do you know it? Yeah, and he goes crazy. Like he's so like he's so insane. So it's probably like I'm into that. Anything that's like upbeat and really like exciting.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yes,
Also the musical I was thinking of is the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I don't know if any of I listened to the music before I watched the movie, and I watched the movie fully, and that was interesting. Well, technically, I watched the movie and also the live version, which was really interesting and surprising.
I want to watch the movie.
Yeah, I want to, but I feel like it's good to watch it like live or something, because then there's a whole experience with it.
Yeah.
It's interactive.
Oh.
But I would say my favorite artist at the moment is Ariana Grande.
Period.
Olivia Rodrigo.
She got the merch. She's dripped out today.
And Beyonce, because I've been listening to her new album. And I think genre-wise, I really like pop and R&B. But, and yeah. So I wanted to ask, do you think artists can bend genres and try out new ones? Like, let's say Melanie Martinez did like rap.
Or like hip hop, yeah, just straight up.
I don't know if she could, like, by all means, she could do rap. I don't know how it would turn out. She could try. Would I like it? I don't know. We would just have to see.
What type of music does she do? Like, is it like pop?
It's like her first two albums, Cry Baby and K through 12, were kind of pop in a way. I feel like generally a lot of people like those a lot too, because they have like messages about like adolescence, growing up and stuff. But her last album, Portals, is more like, has rock in it, is more like instrumental too. So I've noticed a lot of people don't really like her last album because there's a difference in genres. Like, you can tell there's a difference. But I do like that when artists do that, because that shows like their versatility.
Yeah.
Because that shows like, oh, they're not only like, you know, king or queen in one genre. They can do like many others. Like, I mean, Ariana Grande, like with Yes and, that was a very different thing that she did compared to like her past music. And a lot of people didn't like it. A lot of people did. A lot of people kind of grew to it. So even with like Doja Cat too, I think, to be honest, I may be biased too, but I think she's probably one of the most versatile artists that I've seen, like at least in this generation, because, you know, with her song Say So, I feel like she has done so many performances for it because it's such like a highly demanded song. Because it's her most popular one, but she does like different genres of it. So there's never just like one singular version of that song. There's several. Like, there's a rock version of it too that she released, I think, during the like pandemic.
I think I heard it.
Yeah,
it's really good.
I heard like snippets of it on Instagram, and then I was like, oh my gosh, this is beautiful.
This is amazing. Work of art.
And like her vocal range too, like when artists do that, when they change genres, you can tell that their vocal range changes with the genre too. So you can see basically how much like capability they have within their own like voice. And I think that's really cool. So I do think it's good that artists like go to different genres, because again, that just makes you more versatile. It makes you attract more like consumers, if you want to think about capitalism. But it gives you more listeners in that sense too. So.
I definitely think when you said that, of like how they like their range, Donald Glover is definitely a big one for me. Like going into hip hop, rap, and then like, I guess you can call it R&B. I don't know, but like his song like Sober, or like whenever he hits the high notes, like Redbone would be like definitely more of a slower paced song. Like that's definitely like outside, like going outside of his like hip hop and into another range. Yeah.
Any quick other last thoughts, Mona?
I mean, I'm no radar person, but the one example I can think of is Owl City. They stick to like one very specific kind of song, and then they released an absolute banger called Tornadoes that was nothing like anything I've ever heard before, and they were like, we're never gonna do this again, guys.
I didn't think you were going down that route.
But yes, I do think artists can subvert genre tropes. Or is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I think some can do it. I think if they do it right, then
Yeah.
all the merrier. But yeah, ending off on that note, we have come to an end to our episode. If you want more on the arts and entertainment world, check out the Highlander that comes out Tuesday in newsstands spread throughout campus, on our website highlandernews.org, or on our Instagram at the Highlander. Links are also in the description for articles referenced in this podcast. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Which camera are we looking at?
We'll look at this one first.
Bye. Bye. Look at all of them.